interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to Seaworld's Orca Encounter. I'm Katie, and I'm honored to introduce you to this intriguing and majestic animal. And learning about them and their natural behavior. We hope this Orca Encounter will help you better understand these magnificent creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whales' size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat.
Kalia, Makani, Amaya.
As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
Natural wonder. And today, 4-year-old Amaya is going to help me show you some of their physical characteristics. Her blowhole is perfectly designed for getting a quick breath at the surface. Even the location of her eyes work to her advantage. Now, it may look like her eyes are in that white oval eye patch, but that is actually a visual distraction. Her eyes are located in front of the eye patch at the corners of her mouth, hidden from prey. The fin on her back is called a dorsal fin, and her dorsal fin helps to keep her stable while she swims. It'll also help her to regulate her body temperature. Now, every dorsal fin is completely unique to each whale, just like our fingerprint. The flippers on either side of her body are called pectoral flippers, and the pectoral flippers are mainly used for steering and stopping, and they actually have 5 bony digits in them, just like our human hands. The lobes on either side of her tail are called flukes. The tail flukes are the killer whale's engine, propelling them to top speeds of almost 30 miles per hour. But they swim the fastest and use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting.
Corky and Ikaika.
Vocal development studies here at Seaworld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shouka learned and even taught other killer whales here at Seaworld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family.
Shouka, Ikaika, Corky perhaps.
Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as a form of communication. A peck slap may be used to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a peck slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they reach.
I would be so...
Spy markings have killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings when they hunt.
I wish I had my last How do you keep eggs? I'm just a little...
Close slabs are another form of communication killer whales will use in the
catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Shouka is going to be showing you a similar behavior and movement right here in front of all of you. As Arctic orcas will actually create waves washing over floating ice, knocking seals into the water. Our whales are demonstrating a similar behavior and movement and wave-making technique, just like the whales around the world.
There they come.
Now you just saw these waves crashing in front of all of you, but you can't really imagine the power of the wave until you've experienced it firsthand. Now, lucky for us, we have two very amazing volunteers. We have Troy and Roman. All right, guys, so you are going to be the seals, just like we saw on the screen, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have our two little seals come here and sit on your iceberg, one on this side, one on that side. Okay, and put your backs against the glass, guys, and then you're going to want to hold on, okay, buddies? Because you guys are pretty little seals, okay? So let's see here. Who is coming?
Corky.
Okay, so we have our oldest whale, Corky, who is 54 years old and over 8,300 pounds. She's on her way, so hold on tight, guys. Here she comes. Let's see. Wait for it. That was a monster wave. Good job. High five to you. I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness, you guys did such a good job. You can watch it all. Very good little seals. That was huge. Got it? Okay. Because killer whales are found in every ocean, it's no
Shouka
surprise they eat all
left,
types of
Ikaika
prey,
right.
including other whales. Now the blue whale on the screen is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than our killer whales. So how does a whale our killer whale size eat a whale that size in the wild? Well, it's possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Day-to-day life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Killer whales spend a lot of time interacting and showing their playful side, both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when a whale swims fast to the surface, breaking out of the water briefly. their bellies on rocks when they can't. Shouka is going to be showing you a similar rubbing behavior, just like the whales in British Columbia would. You'll also see whales imitate each other in the wild. We see it here at Seaworld all the time. Our whales are always mimicking and learning from each other. Purpose. A lot of the behaviors you've seen here today will be used by the whales to stun fish. But today, I think these killer whales might just be stunning all of you. Which allows us to share trusted relationships, provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. The whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being. For example, when we ask the whales to roll over and offer their tail flukes, like Ikaika and Corky are doing, this is actually a very important husbandry behavior, because it allows us to take a blood sample from a very prominent vein that runs along the surface of the tail flukes. We in fact do this once a month on all 10 whales to make sure that everyone is healthy. Now we can also ask our whales to slide out on a scale like you see Orca doing. We have a large scale in one of our back pools, and we weigh all of our whales once a week. We track everyone's weights, making sure that our adults are healthy, and then of course our calves are growing properly. Now we can even take a breath sample from their blowhole, and this is only possible because of the trusted relationships that we have built day after day here at Seaworld. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me take a moment and talk about this beautiful whale right here. Now this is Shouka, ladies and gentlemen, and she is 26 years old. And you may have noticed she is by far one of our most athletic whales. She takes my breath away on a daily basis. Now, not only is she very intelligent, sweet, and athletic, but she's also participated in quite a few different research projects that we've done here at Seaworld. And these research projects are very important because we can actually utilize the information that we learn from our whales and use that to help the wild populations. Now we challenge our whales every day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play help keep our whales in great shape.
The whales here at Seaworld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive status. Other research has been done here at Seaworld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you so much for joining us today at Orca Encounter. We hope you gain a greater appreciation for these absolute animals. Please enjoy the rest of the time here at SeaWorld.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety and the safety of our other guests, we kindly ask that you refrain from